Just like the title says, I believe the Democrats will attempt to steal the election. And they're conditioning people, utilizing the news media outlets, that anybody that accuses them of cheating after the election is over is just the Republican Party refusing to leave the White House. That's what they're doing. Anybody who claims that we cheated, they're just going against the public's wishes, and they shouldn't be believed. We told you so. We told you that Donald Trump is going to refuse to leave the White House. That's not the case. That is part of what I call conditioning. That anybody who disputes the election will be deemed as a Trumpinite who refuses to leave the White House. We told you they're Nazis, they want to take over your country. It's all conditioning. They're using mail-in ballots, and that will be the mechanism in which they attempt to steal the election. Now, many people are saying, well, mail-in ballots, we've been doing that for years and years and years. No, that's called absentee ballots. Please definitely take a look at the difference between absentee ballots and mail-in ballots. Absentee, I'll just simplify it. You request a ballot, it is sent directly to you, and they expect that same one back. Mail-in ballots, however, they take a look at the entire voting list as of the date that list was made. Why am I saying that? Because people tend to move away, pass away, maybe even change Democrat to Republican or vice versa. And they just blanket the entire community or communities with these ballots. They are unmarked, meaning that they are not counting what is leaving versus what is coming back to them. They're just taking whatever. And the thing about it is, with an absentee ballot, you prove whom you are. With a mail-in ballot, there is no proving who you are. For all I know, one person can vote 20, 30 times. Those ballots can be stolen and can be duplicated. With absentee ballots, they arrive to you with a barcode. There's a higher security with absentee ballots. No security with the mail-in ballots. This is going to be the avenue in which they attempt to steal the election. And they really feel they have no choice but to steal the election. There's a lot of people on the Democrat side that are under investigation. The FISA courts. Need I say more? A lot of abuse in the CIA, the FBI. The Clintons are under investigation. There's so many people. Comey's under investigation. The list goes on. And they know they really have no choice but to steal the election. Because if they do succeed in stealing the election, they can fire all the investigators and prosecutors who are investigating them. That's what's going on here. There's a desperation. And then again, you dispute the election. You claim that we stole it. You're just a Trumpite who just refuses to leave. See, we told you, people. We told you they're going to refuse to leave. So to me, that's a big problem. Another problem is the ability for the post office to mail these in, and the ability to count these mail-in ballots after they get sent to wherever they're being sent to. The manpower, they're telling you that you shouldn't go and vote and put your ballot in the box in person because you might catch corona. But can you imagine the amount of ballots that are going to be generated and sent? You understand the amount of manpower it's going to take to count those ballots. So either way, whether you're on the voting side or on the counting side, there is a risk of catching the corona. I think it's a bull crap virus. I don't believe, I believe it exists, but I believe it's greatly exaggerated to scare people out of voting. And, well, you've seen some of my other videos that explain the reason why. The bottom line is, you got counters who need to count, and they're going to have a lot of counters that need to count and document these ballots. I mean, either way, you're going to have crowds, whether it's people standing in line to put in their ballots into the box or the counters. So I personally think you should stand in line and drop your ballot in the box by person. I really do believe that. I believe you should do your duty as an American citizen and do your duty regardless of what side you're voting for, and not be lazy, because they love to take and offer you conveniences. This will make it easier for you. But trust me, they don't give you conveniences and try to save your time just for the sake of being friendly. Let's face it, there's something in it for the Democrat Party. And speaking of this, these people, this big, at the last moment rush to get mail-in ballots approved, because, you know, you're taking away the black votes' rights. A lot of people don't have ID, yet they have ID for, you know, home mortgages and car loans and God knows what not. Excuse me. But all of a sudden, you're claiming, the Democrat Party, that you've got a whole communities out there just don't have IDs and they can't get out. And I ask you, these folks who are advocating for this, where were you last year? Why are all of a sudden now? I'll tell you why. You were nowhere around last year because you were told Clinton's going to win. Hands down, landslide. This year, you know the opposite. The polls were wrong last year. They're wrong this year. And you're told that there's going to be a landslide for Trump. And it's a true statement. There's going to be a landslide for Trump. How else can you win an election with a man, Biden, who can barely recite his own name? He probably does not even know where he lives anymore at this point in time. How else can you win that election? You have to steal the vote. Folks, please, I beg you, vote in person. Be an American, regardless of what side of the political aisle you're on. Be an American. Don't be lazy. Make sure your vote counts. Get out and vote in person. Please pass this video around, not for the sake of getting me famous. Obviously, I'm not going to get famous. Just get it out there and let people know. They should, regardless of who they're voting for, they should do it in person. That way they ensure it's counted. Take care.